So to start, I'd actually like everyone to close their eyes and place your hands on your lap and be still. Relax the muscles in your face and allow them to soften. Relax your jaw and let your shoulders drop. I want you all to get in touch with the feelings and the sensations in your body. Maybe feel the soles of your feet making contact with the ground, or your legs on the chair. Take a moment and notice your breathing. Feel the air coming in through your nostrils and filling up your lungs. As you exhale, feel the warm air escape from your body. For a moment now, just bask in this stillness. All right, open your eyes. So congrats, you all just did a meditation. And some of you might be thinking, oh, that was peaceful, that was cool. Some of you might be like, what the hell, Ryan? That's weird, and I don't like you now. If that's you, I'm not judging. But try and be open-minded, because I'm going to explain everything here for you. So I'm sure you've all heard of the beneficial health benefits and you know how it's good for your well-being. But what is it really? What does it do? How can it practically benefit your life? And how can you get started? So in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to attempt to answer all these questions for you. So meditation is an extremely old practice. And actually Psychology Today says that wall art depicting meditation can be traced back to 5000 BC, which is a long time ago, I'm sure. And so likewise, there are also descriptions of meditation techniques found in Indian scriptures that date back 3,000 years. So what is it though? Today this is kind of a challenging question to answer because there's so many different types that have popped up and they're all slightly different but sort of the same. So you got things like dynamic meditation, which is like yoga or Tai Chi. You got inquiry meditation, which is like asking kind of deep philosophical questions. You've got mindfulness, visualization, transcendental meditation, and Zazen meditation. So even though they're all different, they all kind of have one thing in common, and that is they entail looking inward and observing the nature of your body, mind, and soul, and seeing the connection it has to reality. So the simplest form is Zazen. And in Zazen meditation, basically you just sit upright and try not to think. You try and allow your mind to go completely still. And that might sound really simple, but in reality, if you try to do this, it is probably the hardest thing you could ever try to do. As you sit, you'll notice your mind will continue to just go all over the place. You'll think about things like your homework, chores, bills, even things like random things like horseshoe, I don't know. All kinds of crazy things will come in your head. And this is kind of the natural tendency of the human psyche. It just kind of goes all over the place. So the Buddhist sages compared it to a drunken monkey that's been stung by a bee. Pretty crazy, all over the place. I mean, you guys have seen monkeys like Night at the Museum. Guys bouncing around, going all crazy all the time. So it's a crazy image. And when we sit down and try and actually meditate, you can completely see why. You have almost no control over your own psyche. And so from this truth comes the basic point of all meditation, which is just to sit down and quiet the monkey and let your mind go still. So for illustration, this is what your mind looks like normally, and if you're not an advanced meditator. But if you are meditating properly, it becomes more like this, just completely still, void of all thoughts. So this state is only really achieved by advanced meditators. And so as a beginner, if you guys were trying to get started, the best thing to do is to just sit down and just be aware of the thoughts that come into your head. You don't want to try and control them or like forcibly, control your thoughts, because that would just be a thought in and of itself. What you want to do is kind of surrender to your own mind and surrender to the moment and just like allow the peace and stillness to kind of overtake you. And what you don't want to do, the number one thing, is don't think, okay, don't think. Because that is just a thought, and that will just completely screw you over the whole time. So now that you know what it is, what are the benefits? Why are people doing this for so long? So in my opinion, I would say it's arguably the best self-development, self-improvement method that exists today. With it, you have a greater capacity to focus, you can fight depression and anxiety, you will have less stress, you can overcome pretty much any addiction, and it truly just gives you more joy and excitement in the little things in life. You can be happy doing nothing, just when you're in that state. And like our friend Armin talked about, it'll naturally and effortlessly draw you away from hedonism and not allow you to fully enjoy just being alive, pretty much. So that is probably the best benefit, I'd say, because as humans, we try to control our lives. We try and fight things, make things go our way, when in reality, we have very little control of our external circumstances. Like, we still have to eat, wake up, live, I don't know, brush your teeth. And the whole time, people can kind of overpower you in any way. Someone could kill you, rob you, push you, bully you. And with that, and the fact that we can't even control our own thoughts, it creates a lot of dissonance, the constant struggle to control everything, when in reality we don't have control. So what meditation does is it allows us to surrender and just give in to life. It allows us to ride the roller coaster that is life without trying to steer it, because after all, you can't steer a roller coaster. And this brings the greatest form of happiness anyone can really imagine. So I'm really sad I only had 8 minutes to talk to you guys about this subject, because there's so much I left out, and it's a really, really deep topic. But what I'll leave you with is this. The benefits may seem small and vague, and it might seem like a weird thing to do, but a simple 20 minutes a day of meditation can completely change your life, and I promise you that. Thank you.
Brian, how was that for you?